The Yak-23 incident. This is a true story. The United States stole a Soviet Yak-23, tested it, and returned it.
In large numbers to the Soviet satellite countries.
This is a Yak-23, a Soviet-built jet fighter. Designed in the late 1940s, it was supplied in large numbers to the Soviet satellite countries. But this one, seen here, is being flown by an American. And despite its distinct profile, it is disguised as an American aircraft. The year is 1953. The story is true, and the circumstances fantastic. Under covert operations, this Soviet Yak-23 was taken from communist Eastern Europe, flight tested on American soil, and returned to the rightful owners without their ever learning of its absence. The top-secret examination was conducted at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Security guards maintained a 24-hour vigil outside the restricted area, while a handful of specialists worked to uncover all the Yak-23's secrets. The entire aircraft was assembled piece by piece, and when flight tests were completed, it was then disassembled and packed up just as it had been received. Any discrepancy in positioning the pieces would surely jeopardize the operation and put certain lives in danger. Prior to this evaluation, American intelligence had considered the Yak-23 a poor combat fighter, a far cry from its contemporary, the Soviet MiG-15. This jet fighter had proven a deadly opponent in the Korean War. Among American pilots, it had generated an aura of fear and mystique. But when a North Korean defector flew a MiG-15 to a U.S. airbase in South Korea, American intelligence officers were able to dispel the myths. The U.S. Air Force quickly learned what the MiG-15 could and could not do. That was in September of 1953, just weeks before the United States would sneak the Yak-23 out of Yugoslavia. Why would the Air Force take such risks to evaluate a second-rate fighter like the Yak-23? And only weeks after it had learned everything there was to know about the best fighter the Soviets had to offer? The top-secret evaluation of the Yak-23 is surrounded by many questions, some of which still remain unanswered. Few individuals discussed it, and many are still unaware of what actually happened in this hangar years ago. This is a C-124 Globemaster, a large transport aircraft which flew the Yak-23 out of Eastern Europe in great secrecy.